Breast cancer is the most common cancer in women worldwide and the most common cancer diagnosed in American women. It is a leading cause of cancer death in less developed countries and the second leading cause of death in American women. Every year, breast cancer accounts for about 30% of all new cancer cases in U.S. women. Approximately 13%, about 1/8, of U.S. women will develop breast cancer in the course of their life. The estimated occurrences in men are 1 in 726 individuals. Trans individuals should make sure they have appropriate screening. There are currently more than 4 million women with a history of breast cancer in the United States. This includes women currently being treated and women who have finished treatment. Our speaker today, Jenel McGrath, will let us know how we may be a part of a local solution to this major issue. Our first reading this morning is The Pink Ribbon by Cassandra Woodhouse. The pink ribbon in a box on the counter of the local grocery store. They'd sit there pink and shiny, and I knew what they were for. Once I would have bought one, not appreciating what it meant. Give my support for a good cause, a couple of dollars well spent. Though I knew of the statistics, they surely didn't affect me. 1 in 8 is pretty high, but there's no family history. Then I felt a lump in my left breast, so unexpected, jagged but round. My blood ran cold for what it was, the enormity of what I'd found. That was then, and this is now. After years of medication, specialists and surgery, chemotherapy and radiation, and through it all they were there, giving guidance and support. Wonderful pink ribbon people understanding the battle I fought. Months of feeling sick at heart with nausea, doubt, and tears, publicly showing a brave face, privately fighting the fears. Now when I see those pink ribbons in the box at the grocery store, I pin one on my shirt with hope, then I pick up a few more. I get a couple for my daughter, and some for our friends. For sure, I'll keep buying these pink ribbons until researchers find the cure. Our next reading is And the War Rages On by Melinda Maxwell. I'm home now from the battlefield, wounded, bloodied, and broken. This round of fighting has been brutal and almost defeating, but I will rally and be back for more, and the war rages on. My lover, he wraps his arms around me, enveloping me in his love and strength. He buries his cheek in the new soft down of my hair and whispers words of love and reassurance. You're okay now, my warrior princess. Lean on me. And the war rages on. Tears run down my cheeks and drip off my chin. There are no eyelashes to impede them. The poison of war is still running in my veins, clutching my stomach, clouding my mind, burning my soul. My lover, he traces my battle scars with his finger, evoking memories and emotions, tears and laughter. What does he think as he traces and kisses away my pain? How does he feel about my new body? Can he still love me, what I've become? And the war rages on. To survive combat, must learn when to fight and when to give in, the delicate dance of when to stand up and when to lay down. I'm standing now, out in the dark of the night, shouting to the stars, do you see me? I'm still here and I'm thriving. And the war rages on. The war drums are pounding out their call. Put on your armor and return to the battle, warrior princess. This war is not over, and you must fight again and again and again. So I join my sisters back on the battlefield. We are wall of fierce determination. We will not be denied, and we will never stop. Our third reading this morning is Rebel by Sarah Lou. There is something about having a shaved head as a woman that feels rebellious, an escape from the expectations of what a woman should be, and there's something about that I can't help but enjoy. Jenel Marie McGrath has been a realtor, broker, and business owner in Grayson County for 44 years. She became associated with Women Rock in 2012 and became president of the Women Rock Board of Directors in January 2023. She believes giving back and paying it forward are words to live by. Jenel, we have a bookmark for you to remember your visit with us.
All right.
If I can find it. Oh God, I'm gonna knock the podium over.
No, don't do that. Lean on me. Thank you. That's one of my very, very favorite songs, and you can really jam to that one. I was reminded you were speaking of perspective and words and how they mean different things to different people. So this is just a little aside from my 40-some years in the real estate business. Art and I, who's my partner, was talking about yesterday how different words mean things, and one of them is a garage. I need a garage. Okay, we'll get you a garage. What they're really telling me is they need storage. They don't need a garage. They don't want a garage. That car is not going to go in the garage. I need the storage. So sometimes you just kind of have to think beyond what's here and think what's out there that affects everybody. So the whole breast cancer thing is something that affects everybody. You say breast cancer and you kind of drill down to, oh, that happened to her or that happened to him. And it affects everybody because connections is one of those words that means so much more than just you and me or you and me. Connections are everywhere. The fact that men are just as likely to develop breast cancer as a woman, people don't even go there. Don't even go there. Go there, because it is so important. And most of the time, when a man finds out he has breast cancer, it's too late. Way too late. It's hard enough for a woman to go through the motions to make sure that they're safe, that they're doing the right thing, that they're not feeling anything that they should. Sometimes you just feel blah, and there's no lump. You just never know. So go to the doctor. Better to be safe than sorry. It's not that hard to get a breast exam. If you don't know how to do it, we'll help you. That's part of what Women Rock does. We are a very down-to-earth, grassroots group of women who are dedicated to the women of our society, of our community, of our town, of our state. It doesn't matter. When we all get together, we're all the same. And we want to help. And sometimes a group to help people can be so big, the people that it was designed to help don't get helped. And that's sad. And that's what we're trying to change. So if something goes wrong and you're not sure, you've never had a mammogram, you don't know what to do. Is it going to hurt? Is it not going to hurt? That reminds me, I wanted to watch my clock. We'll take you. You're afraid to go? You don't have anybody to take you? You don't drive? Whatever the need is, call. We will take you. It is a hand-in-hand, one-on-one relationship that we have had. And our executive director, Luann Daniel, knows every single one of these women that are still here, that have passed the hardship, the joys, the sadness for the last 14 years. That's one-on-one. That's somebody you can depend on. We are people you can depend on. We do the fundraising so we can go on. We are not a Susan G. Komen. We are not a Sarah, shoot, I can't think of her last name. But there are huge, and I'm not, please don't misunderstand, they do wonderful things on levels we could never attain, never. But our purpose is to stay as local, and we consider Dallas local, we consider Durant local, we consider Cook County, we consider Fannin County, Hunt County, Lamar County. I mean, we will go and we will service where we need to be. And if we need to open up more service awareness, we have a van now, we have an RV now, and we can go to places, we can do and show videos, and we can do education. It's absolutely amazing. Sometimes just sitting in front of Texas Roadhouse, because they're donating part of their intake for that 4 hours that we're there, and educate people who knew nothing, because they just happened to go to Texas Roadhouse to eat dinner, not for the breast cancer awareness or the fact that monies were going to be donated. They had no idea. I am amazed at the 2 years that I have been president, how many times I've run into people that do not understand breast cancer. I happen to be in a family of a lot of medical. I have a daughter-in-law and her 3 sisters that are nurses. I was going to be a nurse, ended up getting married, having children, and then went into real estate. So, but I learned a lot in the 2 years of nursing that I did take. And then when you have children, you're a nurse. I'm sorry, you're a nurse. And funny story, real quick. My daughter was sitting with me. She was 3, 2.5, 3. And we had a little yard sale. My former husband was in the Navy, so I was by myself. She comes to me and says, "Mommy, I have flies in my eyes. I have flies in my eyes." Because we were sitting outside with the yard sale. And "No, Jennifer, there's no flies in your eyes." Well, 20 minutes later, she came back. She said, "Mommy, I still have flies in my eyes." She'd gotten stung by a bee in her eyelid. Oh my God. And it's like, I didn't realize it until it started to swell, the flies in her eyes, but she got stung by a bee. So there you go. Now you got to figure out, here comes the nurse. Let's fix this. Luckily, she was not allergic, but that was kind of scary. So you just, again, it's perspective, connections, all those things that make life. And you just take them, and you sometimes just have to make them mean something. You can't just ignore things. You cannot ignore breast cancer. And I think a lot of women realize when they get to certain ages, it might be that I'm just going to ignore it. Maybe it's going to go away. I promise you it will not go away. It's not a blister that heals and goes away. It never does. So be aware of your body. Know what your body feels like when it's normal, so that you know what it feels like when it's not. Do mammograms hurt? Yes, they're uncomfortable, but it's very short-lived. And then you would just have to wait for the results to come back, which, okay. If you're worried there's a big problem, that's horrible to have to wait. But they will call you, and they will let you know. And when you don't have anybody to talk to, we're here. We do fun runs. We do awareness education, which is so important, especially in the lower income areas, because they have no connection. They have no way to get places. They have no way that information comes to them. So we do a lot. This is a little funny thing. We have a process of education that we do down in South Dallas, Oak Cliff, DeSoto, Lancaster, all those areas down in there. We go all the way over to Grapevine. and it's called Taking It to the Streets. And we have all of our stuff packed up. We'll use the van when we can, which we got as a donation. And if you think about it, taking it to the streets, what's the anagram for taking it to the streets? Tits. That was not on purpose. It just happened that way, except it has two T's in it. And people, they did you plan that? No, we did not plan that. Somebody realized it after we said taking it to the streets. So, but how appropriate. It just happened to be that way. So it's funny. We just finished up our Bras for a Cause, which is our main fundraiser for the year in October. And it's always a lot of work. And it was wonderful. We were at the arena at Loy Lake Park. That's where Eisenhower's big head is. And all the way in the back. And it was wonderful. A lot of people. I bet we had between 575 and 625 people there. So it was a lot of people, yeah. And nothing went right. Everything went wrong. But we survived and we persevered. I have a wonderful vice president, and between her and I, we managed to make it all work. We were late, but that's okay. People don't mind being a little late on schedule if it's for a good cause. So we don't have final numbers yet, but I'm hoping that we're going to hit somewhere between $180,000 and $200,000, which would be absolutely wonderful, which would be the most we've ever done. So high hopes, and if we miss the mark, it's okay. It's still okay, because anything is better than nothing. And we work really hard. I can't stress enough the value of having somebody close by in town that you can relate to. I cannot. And it doesn't matter who you call. And I've got cards if somebody wants a card. You never know when you might need it for yourself or somebody else. But we're online, and all you have to do is call, and somebody will be there. Somebody will come, and if you don't have food for a day, if you need help for paying a bill and you're under treatment, you need your electric bill, you need a car payment, you need part of your house payment. I mean, you do have to apply for these things, but they are available for you to take advantage of. So you're never alone. You just have to pick up the phone and call. Really, you're never alone. And I cannot express that more than anything. A little statistics. When you catch breast cancer at its earliest stages, your 5-year survival rate is 99%. That's how important it is to check, because early detection is saving your life. Another interesting fact, let me find it because I saved it. 85% of women diagnosed with breast cancer have no family history. Think about that. 85%, 85 out of 100 people have no reason to believe they'll ever have it. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. 5-year, overall 5-year relative survival rates are at 91%. So that's everything. Everybody, this is a worldwide one. The 10-year breast cancer survival rate is 84%. That's still excellent. 84 people out of 100. 80% of women diagnosed with breast cancer each year are ages 45 or older. 43% are age 65 and above. Getting breast cancer when you're very, very young is very rare. It is not the norm at all. Our youngest was diagnosed at 23. And it was from birth control pills. The hormone that was in that particular birth control pill just grabbed it. So, not to be sad, I do believe things happen for a reason, but I also believe that we can change the path of things in our life with the information we have if we use it. If we take it to heart and we do the things we know we should do, we can make it work better. We can't ever make it go away. It won't go away. It's here. But we are also here. Women Rock is here for everybody that needs us. Men, women, families, children, whatever you need. And all you need to do is call me or call the office. I thank you for the time, and I hope I've given you something to think about. Does anybody have any questions, concerns? Yes?
Hey, wait, could you wait for the mic, please? Thank you.
That 23-year-old you mentioned, do you happen to remember what birth control that was?
I do not know what it was. I don't honestly don't know if I ever knew what it was, but I can find out. I mean, her parents are still here. They live in town.
I'm just really curious about that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Understanding they've discontinued.
Yes.
Oh, it has? Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, that is very correct. Yes. Because it was,
carcinogen.
yeah, it was prevalent. It was not just a once in 100. It was bam. Yeah. So unfortunate, very unfortunate. But she was a fighter. She was such a fighter. I had surgery, and I went on one of our retreats, and in her last days, not realizing at the time that she was going to be gone soon, she was helping me walk down steps because I was kind of unbalanced and all. I mean, she stuck with me the whole evening, and I thought, what a trooper. What a trooper. She was amazing. Absolutely. And such I can't even think of the right word for it, but she really was someone to emulate, for sure. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, if you think of something later on, I'll leave. I do have some little bit of statistics that if you wanted to take some of these just real quick, you don't think money matters much. I only have $1 or I only have $5. $5 might be the last $5 that someone needs to pay their electric bill or their water bill. So don't think that it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, don't think that vote doesn't matter. Don't think $1 doesn't matter, because if enough people give $1, it's going to make a difference. So I have a little bit here. I'll leave these and my cards, and if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer afterwards, or you can text and email me. Okay? Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.